crazy technology. It's way better. This is actually way better. I'm sitting next to my musical hero. It's way better. Set up.
Welcome to LIFITV, and what an incredible night here in Leeds. It is night one of the Leeds International Festival of Ideas, How Hip Hop Changed the World. Chuck D and Nihal are here. Great to see you both, and thanks for stopping and having a chat with us before we go
good
on.
To see you, and then linking up with my buddy last, we connected on a Zoom, or was it Zoom, or was it one of those platforms that makes us see face to face during interviews?
I know it's been a while since you and I have been face to face in an interview, but we've done a few on screens, which touches the world. But it's to be in your presence,
Well, we've been excited for this for a very long time now. So welcome to Leeds, and thank you for joining us at the Festival of Ideas. Just tell me how pleased you are to be on the stage here in front of what is a full sellout, huge theatre here, talking about how hip hop changed the world.
Yeah, well, I like the topic. The topic goes back to a film 4 years ago, put together by my co-manager and producer, my co-producer and manager, Laurie Buller. And we wanted to be able to tell a story. It told the story in 4 parts. It was delivered through the BBC. And we thought it was quite comprehensive and different. And I know there's a trillion podcasts out there, a trillion documentaries on hip hop out there, but we think that was one of the finest because it really started from a great background check and intellectual viewpoint.
Nihal, when you first got the call to say, would you come and spend a bit of time with Chuck on stage, how quick was your yes? Was it a yes?
Luckily, I have an agent because an agent makes sure you don't just say, yes, I'll do it for free, because that's what I would have said. But luckily, I have an agent who'll go, no, don't say that. And then I'll go, but it's Chuck D. Of course, I'll do it. I'll do it for free. Wait a minute. I'll pay him. Right? Like to spend 45 minutes and then an hour and a half with Chuck D. I mean, Chuck, I've said this to him before, like, Public Enemy and he and his voice made me, I would not be a journalist today. I would not be, someone who has really in-depth values. I would not challenge authority, hold power to authority without this man. There's no question of it. Like, he changed my life. Public Enemy changed my life.
I didn't hear anything he said other than he has an agent, and I'm looking for an agent. That's absolute truth. I'm looking for a good agent in the UK, period, for around the world.
Yeah. I thought you might have heard the bit where he offered to pay you as well. I think that was an important bit.
Yeah.
Because that's on record. It's a matter of record.
Yeah, I would. I would.
When
I tell my kids that they can't go to school for a month.
When you look out on this audience tonight, you'll see, a mix of people from in and around Leeds. We're in a theatre in a northern UK city, mixture of people and ages. It does show how hip hop connects across generations, across geography, across peoples.
Yeah, people, places, and things. It's diverse. It doesn't speak at its truest. It speaks to peace, unity, love, and having fun, the connection, dance culture, graffiti and art culture, sight and sound. It brings human beings together for our similarities and knocks aside the differences. And that's in opposition to governments who sometimes, instead of living, they get into division. And often, when we talk about people coming together for their similarities instead of differences, it's the beautiful thing that we don't speak the language of bullets, bombs, and bloodshed.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. And I guess, Nihal, you're, these days a bit freer to talk about this stuff about division, which you will have seen in the media so much in recent years. Does it feel like it's a more important conversation than ever?
Well, Chuck once said to me that without Ronald Reagan, Public Enemy wouldn't have existed. That was one of the political climate of the times, and we're now living in Trumpian times. And Trumpian times feel to me, because I was kind of young for Reagan, feels terrifying. I have a 16-year-old and a 17-year-old, and they're seeing a rise in their young people of color in a predominantly white country, and they're saying the kind of things I said when I was 16. My daughter said to me the other day, I don't want to live here, because there were all these flags going up, these English patriots. They call themselves patriots, but they're not patriots. They're fascists, right? So yeah, I mean, hip hop and what hip hop gave to the world is needed now more than ever. The message, certainly the message contained within what Public Enemy were about, for sure.
And Chuck, why do you think it's important to have these conversations in front of a live audience? It's not just something that's on social media. You're not just trying to spread a message on there, which you do as well, of course. But why is it important to get people in a room and talking about and thinking about these things?
Because people got to be beyond screen ages. Everybody's a screen ager from 3 to 93. So whenever you could get people to actually see people in the flesh and expound upon maybe what they might have said in a text, because Nihal could tell you, like, scrolling ain't reading and texting ain't writing. So when people expound upon real people, you gotta pick up different things like nuances and feel somebody out. We don't want that to be a lost human attribute going forward.
Brilliant.
So true. That's true. I wrote a book about the art of conversation. The other day, my daughter and I confronted 2 men that were putting up flags. Last night, in fact, we went and confronted them. It was in the middle of the night.
Really?
Yeah. We went up and asked them, why are you doing that? My 16-year-old daughter wanted to accompany me to speak to these men. And we made them say, well, we said to them, that as a person of color, that makes us feel intimidated. You putting these flags up everywhere. And they were like, we're not racist. We're not, but they just felt unlistened to. And the thing about hip hop culture was it gave a voice. You called it Black America's CNN, rap music, Black America's CNN. And it gave people a voice. And now the voiceless, they don't sadly get scooped up by hip hop. They get scooped up by demagogues who monetize their poverty, monetize their frustration, monetize their anger to make them rich, but create havoc for everyone else.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and these people, you see all the havoc and disarray that they cause in the world, but together they all know each other, and they piss in the same urinals, even hold each other sometimes to help guide each other. And they're on, publicly they're even on opposite sides. But the true conflict that takes place is the mayhem amongst civilians.
Damn, I don't want to imagine Elon holding Bezos holding Zuckerberg's, but
let me not help you miss.
Yeah. On that lovely visual image, we will leave it. Chuck, thank you so much. Nihal, thank you for joining us on LIFITV. Thank you for watching. There is much more from LIFITV on the website at Leeds International Festival of Ideas.